friends. Welcome back to Mindful Monday. This is actually our last Mindful Monday of October. Can you believe it? I can't believe that we are entering November already. And that means holiday season is here, which is going to leave a lot of us. Normally the holidays are stressful enough. And this year I have a feeling it's going to be amplified quite a bit with the feelings of isolation and loneliness, and just having that doubt about how and when to get together with loved ones and to show them how much they're cared for and to feel cared for is it's going to be really tricky this year. But hopefully we find creative ways to get through that. And in the meantime, I thought I would use this last October Mindful Monday to take advantage of National Nutrition Month in October and talk to you about something that I specialize in, and that is nutrition and mindful eating. So this is a method that I have taught to hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's useful in a variety of ways. But mindful eating not only helps you become aware of what you're consuming and make better choices, or at least feel good about the choices that you're making, even if they aren't the healthiest choices in that moment, you can still celebrate them. And it also encourages you to eat less because you're aware of what you're consuming instead of rushing through meals and not allowing that time for your brain to register what you're doing. So I'm going to walk through how to practice mindful eating. And fortunately, this is a pretty easy thing to incorporate into your life because we all eat every single day. So making sure that at least one of those meals when you start out is practicing mindful eating each day, then it becomes habit and much easier to incorporate into your life. So the first rule with mindful eating is that you want to make sure that you're sitting down at your table. So none of the, standing over the sink or your kitchen counter or at the refrigerator door or in the pantry. You want to make sure that even if you are having a quick snack, that you make more of a ritual of it. So you put it on a plate or in a bowl and you sit down at the table to consume it. So that's the first thing to be practicing. Always sitting down to consume your food. And the second thing is when you sit down and you're looking at your food, think in your mind about where you fall on the hunger scale. So being aware and checking in with yourself. So the hunger scale is on a scale of 1 to 10. How hungry are you? 10 is, I haven't eaten all day. It's now 7 o'clock at night and I've gone all day without food. I am starving. I'm about to start eating my arm. I'm so hungry. And 1 is, I'm not hungry at all. I'm actually stuffed. I just ate a huge Thanksgiving meal and I couldn't possibly put anything else into my mouth. I have to unbutton my pants a little because I feel so full. It's very uncomfortable. So that's the hunger scale. You want to try to remain, even after eating, you never want to go below a 5. You want to consistently remain probably like around a 7 is the ideal number. You don't want to be so hungry that you're eating nonstop, but you also don't want to be uncomfortably full, and that sets off a chain reaction with hormone releases, cortisol, and leptin. So checking in on the hunger scale, realizing where you are so you have an understanding of how much food you really need to be eating to get to that, 6 or 7 that you want to be at. And then You want to look at your food, really enjoy the way it looks, smell it, see what smells you can pick up, if there's a favorite spice in there, what it is about the dish that you really like. Anticipate what it's going to taste like. Then when you start eating, you want to pick up your fork or your spoon, whatever it is that you're using to eat with. Take a bite, put the fork or spoon down in between bites, and observe how that food feels in your mouth. Is it a soft texture? Is it crunchy? What are the flavors that you're tasting? Really savor that bite. And here's the part that most people laugh at me for, but you really should be chewing your food each bite 30 times. Ideally, it should be like 50 times, but I know that's unrealistic for a lot of people. So if we can get to at least 20 to 30 times of chewing before you swallow, that is ideal. The purpose for this, not only does it slow you down and helps you to be mindful and aware of what you're doing and really savor your food, but also primarily your digestion happens in your mouth. All your digestive enzymes, or most of them, are released in your mouth and they start breaking down your food. So if you don't chew your food properly and you swallow it too quickly, that puts a lot of stress on your stomach and your digestive system. And that's why a lot of people actually have so many digestive issues. If they would just slow down and chew their food thoroughly, they would find that a lot of those issues they're eliminated. So really see if you can get to 20. If you can get to 20, push yourself to get to 30. If you can get to 30, if you want to try and push yourself, see if you can get to 50. And I know, obviously, you're not chewing yogurt 30 to 50 times. You're not chewing it even 20 times. So I recognize that different textures are going to yield different results, and that's fine. Use your judgment. But your aim for the average food that you're consuming should be 30 times. Then you can pick up your fork or your spoon and take your next bite and continue on like that. Paying attention, checking in periodically, how are you feeling? It takes a good 20 minutes for your brain to catch up to registering how full your stomach feels. So allow yourself that time. Try not to eat in such a rush all the time. When you have to be somewhere and you're rushing out the door, at least make one meal a day where you're able to sit and enjoy it for a period of time. So your goal should be sitting and eating for a minimum of 20 minutes. I know our culture has really encouraged us to eat as fast as we can. In schools, we're giving kids, 10 minutes maximum by the time they get their food and they sit down to be able to eat it before they have to get up and clean up and head off to the next thing. So I know we are really programmed to eat quickly, but taking the time to switch that, at least one meal a day, practice mindful eating. I think you'll really enjoy the results from it once it becomes habit. It is a difficult habit to form. I'll give you that. But once you do, you'll find that you're eating less, you're enjoying your food more. Even those things, like when you decide, I've mentioned previously, chips are my downfall. And it's not that I don't ever have chips, but when I have chips, I thoroughly enjoy having those chips. It is a decision that I make. I put the chips that I want to have in a bowl, so I'm not mindlessly eating out of a bag. And I sit down and I savor every bite, chew it, enjoy it, smell it, taste it, all those good things, because it is a food that I love. And if I'm going to be having it when it doesn't contribute to my nutritional needs, it better contribute to my mental health. So that is what I want you to practice doing. Don't hide in shame when you make those unhealthy choices. Really enjoy it, embrace it. And you should practice that with all of your food. So let me know how you do this week with mindful eating and see if any changes happen, if you realize that you're eating less, you're enjoying your meals more, or if you struggle with it, finding the time to sit and eat. I think a lot of us have slowed down a little bit over these past 8 months or so. So hopefully this isn't as challenging as it would have been a year ago. So this is a really good time to establish that practice, especially as we enter into the holidays where things are going to get a little more rushed and a heck of a lot more stressful. And if we can establish this habit now, we've got 3 weeks to establish it before the holidays, and that's perfect for creating new habits. So let me know how it goes, and I will talk to you all tomorrow on Talk to Me Tuesday. Bye.